Most RVs weren't designed or constructed for long-term living.
Yeah, let's face it, most folks use their RVs on the weekends or maybe for a few extended vacations per year.
So no matter if you're one of those weekend warriors or if you live in your RV full-time, we thought you might benefit from some of the changes that we made to our Bigfoot travel trailer over the last several years.
In the upcoming videos, we'll cover things we did to make the RV more livable, items that needed improvements,
ways to improve organization, making the RV more robust, making the RV smart,
and solutions to some of the problems we encountered.
If you're here for the travel videos though, don't worry, we're not going to release all the camper improvement videos back to back.
Yeah, there will still be plenty of travel content coming your way in between.
Let's get things started. This time we'll share some of the ways that we made our RV more smart.
You may have noticed in some of our past videos that we have a camera mounted here. This is a WiseCam Pan V2 web camera that we use to keep an eye on things. We aren't the kind of campers that sit in the campground all day. We like to be out hiking, exploring, seeing the sights, and so security is always a little bit of a concern for us. We really like this camera because we can use the app on our phones to tilt it and pan it. We can see out all 3 of the front windows in the camper, but typically it's aimed just like this, where you can see the door, and anytime it sees motion through this window or at the door, it's going to send us a notification. One advantage that we didn't realize that's worked out really well is that when we're driving down the road and we start to wonder, did I turn off the pump? Did I lock the fridge? Instead of stopping to check like we would have had to before, we can just turn the camera and check on our phones. To mount the camera, Jeff designed and built this clear Lexan plastic bracket that's mounted to the wall with nano tape. And to power it, there's a cord that runs down here to this DC outlet. We've even mounted a little thermometer over here that we can see when we turn the camera that direction. That way we can monitor the temperature and humidity while we're away.
Our travel trailer has a 30 amp power inlet. That means when you get to the campground, you plug into the pedestal, you only have 30 amps total to work with. And that's fine and all for most of the time, but sometimes we get to the campsite and our lithium batteries are discharged, so we need to charge them up. As soon as you plug in, the charger converter turns on, and that in itself will pull 15 amps. That only gives you 15 amps remaining for any other things you want to plug in. And sometimes you want to use more appliances than the 15 amps available. And in our trailer, there's not an easy way to shut off the charging. The charger converter's down in this cabinet. There's a wooden lid here that gets screwed down on top, and then the couch cushion goes on over that. So it's a kind of a lot of steps if you want to get down in there just to unplug the charger converter or flip the breaker. The solution we found is to use a smart plug. We have a Wise outdoor smart plug mounted here, and the charger converter is plugged into it. That gives us the ability to just log in using our cell phone to the smart plug and turn the charger converter on and off whenever we choose. It uses the same app we use with our webcam. You simply click on the charger converter, hit the button, and it turns right off. When you're driving down the highway or even backing into a campsite, you really want to be able to see what's right behind you. We found a smart solution for that one too. We went with this wireless backup camera sold by a company called Zero X Club and purchased through Amazon. It's been a pretty decent camera overall. The system's worked well, but we did have some trouble early on with water getting into the camera assembly. So you can see that we made this chloroplast cover for it to shroud it from the rain. The wireless display is mounted here in the cab of the truck, and we have this wireless remote control that we use to turn the camera on. We really like having the display mounted here because it doesn't obstruct the view out the windshield at all, and it really doesn't get in the way. The remote control we showed you in the truck is made by a company called Solid Remote, and it sends a signal back here to the receiver box that we've got mounted here in the cabinet next to the bed. So you hit the button on the remote control, the receiver gets the signal, and it turns on or off the backup camera.
Once we get safely into a campsite using that nifty backup camera Jeff just showed you, it's time to level up. To do that, we use the LIVABLE Pro. It's a device that's mounted right here in this front cabinet, and it sends a Bluetooth signal to our phones that lets us know when the trailer is level. Here's the phone app, and you can see that right now the front needs to come up about 1/4 of an inch. So let's do it. There you go, level front to back.
To communicate with our Wi-Fi smart devices like the WiseCam we showed you and the Smart Plug, and along with our cell phones and our computers, we grab an internet signal and share it through this little travel router down here. This little router is made by TP-Link, and we use it to grab a signal from a cell phone that's being used as a wireless hotspot. It then rebroadcasts the Wi-Fi signal to all of our wireless devices. It's USB powered, so it has very low current draw, and it has excellent range without any additional antennas needed. In this too, we have mounted to the wall just using some of that clear nano tape, so it makes it easy to remove if we ever need to.
We've talked about this in our past videos, but we couldn't do a video on making our RV smart without at least touching on the Victron BMV 712. It's a battery monitor that keeps track of the power going into and out of our batteries, and it sends out a Bluetooth signal to this app on our phones that we can access anywhere within a Bluetooth range. If you're interested in learning more about this device or our electrical system in general, we have a whole video about it. We'll put a link to it in the video description.
And we saved my favorite for last. This is an Anker Nebula Capsule 2 smart projector. It's rechargeable and lasts about 2 hours off a single charge. It shows a 720p image on the projector screen, and we've got it mounted on this nifty little bracket that we custom made. It screws to the bottom of the projector, and it allows us to tilt the projector left to right, and there are some screw adjustments here to aim the image up and down. And we designed and constructed this screen to watch on. It's rolled up and it's got these aluminum brackets on the ends. It mounts here above the window. Just slide it in, take off the bungees, and there you are, instant 61-inch projector screen. When we're ready to watch, we simply open the cabinet over the bed, set it inside, and it's aimed perfectly for the screen.
Oh man, not these guys again. We hope you enjoyed seeing the ways we made our RV smart. If you have any suggestions that we could benefit from, let us know in the comments and consider giving us a thumbs up. Links to the products we've talked about will be in the video description below. Thanks for watching.